one plane or one airman? True or false?
False. That is false.
False. Okay.
What is true, Brother Chaney and Brother Burton will maybe elaborate on Brother Harbison, is that their record was outstanding, and the rate of attrition, meaning the rate of planes they escorted being shot down, was exceedingly low to be such that it was marginal, and that's where that came from. But they did lose some aircraft.
Okay. Wow. Now,
right. If I can add,
go ahead.
Here, I'll add a little bit. Tuskegee Airmen, some of the numbers they verify depending on what you read.
Mm-hmm.
They did about 1,500 combat missions, shot down 94 enemy airplanes, and had about 31 men taken as prisoners of war.
Okay.
Now, with those numbers in mind, Tuskegee Airmen, as far as the records show at this point, lost between 20 to 25 bombers during their missions. Now, those missions are, when you talk about a mission, those were a number assigned to a group of airplanes to go out and fly with another group of airplanes.
So you all like backup.
Right. That could be going or coming from a mission.
Okay.
So Tuskegee Airmen during almost 1,500 missions are reported to have lost 20. And those are records that within the last 10 years, somebody has gone to Maxwell Air Force Base, opened up the documents that are on record down there, and gone through and said, okay, it looks like an airplane did not return from this on this day, or this person did not return on this day, and this group of people were with this person. They didn't return, so we can account that this airplane was lost.
And they
this group of airplanes was escorting this group, so we can account that group as losing an airplane.
And they assumed that it was lost and the pilot was dead.
That's right.
Right. Okay.
And it's an easy connection when you go deep into the records, but when you look at the overall performance of all the squadrons there, most of the squadrons there, they were losing approximately 10 airplanes a day. Some can say it could be as high as 17 a day.
Wow.
A combination of the other squadrons. Tuskegee Airmen are attributed to have lost between 20 to 25 total throughout their whole service in the area.
How many planes did the Tuskegee Airmen have altogether?
That's a tough question.
Yeah. Okay.
When you look at the airplanes that Tuskegee Airmen actually flew in combat, they didn't just fly the P-51 Red Tail that everybody is familiar with.
Right.
They also flew the P-39 and the P-40. So they had other airplanes. So at different times, they had different airplanes.
Gotcha.
So each time, you would have at least, should I say, at the end, between the combination of the P-39s and the P-51s, they would probably have 4 squadrons, which could be between 20 and 30 airplanes.
Okay.
So they weren't light on airplanes.
Right.
They were light on time.
If I may just follow up what Brother Jerry said. So obviously in the early days, there were white instructors doing flight instruction at Moulton Field, and they flew the Stearman, and that's a training aircraft. But as he said, during the war, the one that we're most familiar with is I guess the final and best aircraft would have been the P-51 Mustang. That's what people like General McGee flew. But as Jerry said, there was a P-39 Air Cobra, the P-40 Curtiss Warhawk, and the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. But the best known, of course, was the P-51 Mustang. That's why people like Roscoe Brown and, Colonel Davis and the others was the end of the war.
Right.
And now that's the 332nd group. There was the 477th bombardment group, but they never took to the skies of Europe. They were in preparation, but the war ended in May of 45, and then they were prepared for the war in the Pacific, but then that war ended in August after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So they never left the U.S., but that's the bombardment group. And of course, they were flying twin-engine bombers as opposed to the single-engine fighters that the 332nd Fighter Group flew.
Now, after this war, what did Tuskegee Airmen do?
Well, that's very interesting. There's something that I need to say that most people don't know. You've heard of Tom Cruise and Top Gun?
Right,
Okay. Now, what most of the country does not know, that the Tuskegee Airmen were the first. They were the first winners of the U.S. Air Force Top Gun trophy.
Okay.
And at some point in time, a movie is going to be made about that, I'm sure. But that was in 1949, and that trophy was misplaced or hidden or somehow disappeared for about 47 years until it was discovered. And there are two airmen who are still alive. I think it's Lieutenant Colonel James Harvey and Lieutenant Colonel Harry Stewart, who are still with us, and they were part of the original team of Tuskegee Airmen who won the first